got the West Nile.
I don't think I have a report.
And he's
I don't
now
have-
in
I
a
don't-
wheelchair.
I have
He
one,
almost
but I don't
died, but now he's in a wheelchair and coming back. He owns
Thanks for
Spectrum
coming.
Deli
Are
in
we ready to
Pico.
rock and roll here,
You're
people?
getting out of it, right?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Run
I
for
would
your
like
lives.
to officially call the meeting
yeah.
to order. And
Yes.
we will have Mr. John Camara lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilman Camara.
Right hand over your heart. After you may. You're in the military. That's off, please. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Someday. Hey,
Anyhow,
Madam
we have to be
Secretary,
busy with finance and with Missouri.
roll call
Yeah, I
please,
know.
Madam
They're
Secretary.
elected and then get the new England and Calvert,
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
hey, look at that.
England.
Into the mic.
Here.
Into the mic. Into the mic.
Jay?
Sorry about that. Okay, Mr. Thomas already said here.
Do it again.
I know, Mr. Thomas.
Here.
Okay. Mr. Benjamin.
Here.
Myself, I think I'm here. Don't know for sure. Stacy Rains? Not yet.
Hello, hello.
Stacy, I believe, has an excused absence.
Oh, does she? Oh, shoot. Jason Ackerman.
Here.
Paula Nan. Present. Thank you, my dear. John Camara.
Here.
Hugh De La Cuesta.
Here.
Thank you. Mr. Friedman.
Here.
Marilyn isn't here. John Hendry.
Here.
Joseph.
Here.
Thank you, my dear. Mr. Lynn.
Here.
Mr. Martin.
Here.
Mr. Marabi.
Here.
Ms. Meyer. Mr. Knoll. Ms. Padden is out sick. She called me to tell me she's got the flu. Mr. Robbins.
Yes.
And Ms. Skelton. We have a quorum. Oh, that's
Going
nice.
down. Public comment.
George,
Kandida.
into the mic.
Right there. Mr. Morez, public comment? Yes.
Please go to the podium.
Absolutely. I don't have a public comment card from Marie Donna. All right, do you want to,
You gotta stay here.
Donna
I'm watching
Mearman?
you. Can't leave.
Somebody has to go first.
All right, that concludes public comment for this time.
Wanna see it tomorrow? Wanna see it tomorrow?
2 minutes starting now.
2 minutes is up.
Yes, thank you, Donna.
Marion.
Made better. It needs work. The way they do it, I think it could be structured better. But anyway, getting down to it is that we need to have the video conferencing turned on. We're getting people who want it. We're getting more people that want to come. And unfortunately, they don't want to make it available. And I'm willing to, like I said, I'm going to go to, I'd like to go to all the neighbor councils and propose that we all get this done, either by the neighbor councils or the city council themselves downtown, because that's originally the reason why we had it, was because we stopped the valley from succession. That was the reason why that we have the video conferencing to downtown LA. So they broke their contract. So now that San Fernando Valley can go ahead and proceed with succession if we so desire, okay? I think it should be in the air that if people don't like the way politics goes on,
Miriam.
that's it.
Thank you.
Candido.
Get some information. First of all, Mr. President, you ran a great election last Thursday. Mr. Jeff Flynn, you did an outstanding job leading that. I know some people were unhappy in regards to the results, but I'll tell you, a lot of people love the food, so whoever brought the food in the pizza, it was a big hit with all the voters, so thank you for all of you. You did a wonderful job. I am concerned, though, because talking to Ms. Quinn from Dunn, she stated that the new members should be installed. Now, I know you have decided not to elect new officials, but that the new members should be installed tonight, and I hope she'll address that.
It's on the agenda.
1 minute. You gave me 1 minute.
Oh, you got 2 minutes. It'll be next month.
But as far as new members who were elected, they can be installed tonight?
Our officer terms for 1 year starting last night.
Correct.
But new members will be
What
installed.
he's telling
Our
you,
term was for a
September.
year.
Yeah.
Like, we tested with the city attorney's office, we had like 10 different years.
You're
So
done?
we were going off of meeting the board tonight, electing new officers in May, and we are.
If I may hold my time, I just have one left.
Just to kind of clarify, it's fine if
Who are you?
Kathleen Quinn. Sorry.
Great. Hi.
My name is Kathleen Quinn. I'm actually your project coordinator temporarily.
Miriam.
Oh, it isn't, ma'am.
Can we assume that this is a side situation with regards to the department speaking to the board so that his time isn't cut off? Okay. So just as a point of clarification, the way that the election manual states that it occurs is that the election of officers has to occur after the election at the next board meeting, which would be tonight. But since it's not agendized, the way that it would work is you would have essentially the board seating. You would have an interim person running the meeting for the rest of the evening. I'm assuming that you'd probably go with the president that you have now or somebody else who's willing to continue on with the meeting and set the next agenda, and then you would do the election of officers in May. Is that fine? Yeah. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Thank you.
But we're going to seat the board members tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, you're seating the council members.
With that, Mr. President, I know that one individual who's seated is not reelected, but I would like to see her, Ms. Hopp. Hopefully, there's a way for the neighborhood council to, because you can hire outside people to do certain things. Ms. Hopp has done a wonderful job in treasurer. If the young lady doesn't want that position, I think Ms. Hopp could do that position based on the fact that the council could hire her on.
May I make a comment quickly, please? Because it has to do with the election, and I'm just I wasn't going to say anything, but now I think I'm going to. I think there may have been some electioneering going on. Several people approached me, and several people approached my husband and other people. There was someone standing at the door passing out cards, and then there was somebody coming in and actually gave it to 3 people that I know of, and I saw him take it and slide it over to someone sitting at the table filling out his registration form when I was doing mine, and that disturbs me a lot.
I think this
Is that an accusation, Ms. Hopp?
That's a statement of fact.
No,
What
it's
it was-
not.
what the
Then
card-
why don't you take it up with Dunn and see if they think
What
it's
the
a statement of fact?
it's a statement of fact because it's what I saw. It's not hearsay, it's what I myself
I
saw.
you do.
Now, excuse me, what I don't know was what the card contained, but I do know people were passing things out inside, and that's a no-no.
Yeah.
It's
As-
it's
as
a no-no
is-
to pass that
as
out at
is
the door
having
as well.
They remain on the premises 3 times after they were asked to leave by Dunn 3 times.
Aloha.
Okay?
Aloha. My name is Gwen Zaragoza. I'm part of the neighborhood, and I was here during the elections, and all the volunteers did a great job. Everybody, cooperated. But there was a comment that I was not happy with. In order for everyone to work together as a community and as a neighborhood, we should all be working together and not working against one another, okay? When you got a comment saying that you feel like Ted Cruz just won the campaign, because, some people that got elected, and then I'm like, this is not a presidential campaign, and you get a comment like, well, we don't need any more tacos crossing the borders. That affects me. Okay? That's a racist statement. And I'm not going to point, I know who said it. They know who, the person is in here, and then shame on them for saying it. And in order for this neighborhood to work, we got to work together as a team and not as being racist just because of race or color or nationality. And that's the only way it's going to work. On the board, on the street,
Quiet down.
everywhere. And that's my feeling for everybody. I don't care. And that's how I feel. And that's how I was brought up.
Thank you.
For that, I apologize. I don't know who said it, which board member said it, but I apologize that you heard anything like that. So I apologize. Oh, no.
Angie, before your 7:30 deadline, you want to come up here and brief us on what's going on real quick?
Jerry, could you find out what microphone is feeding that?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrew Armayo. I'm with Assemblymember Nazarian's office. And so I am here to just provide you on a couple of updates on what the Assemblymember is working on. So far, we have 2 upcoming events. The first one is the child car safety installation, which is going to be this Saturday, April 16th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. over at the Help Group. And so we're taking 3 appointments every 30 minutes starting at 9 all the way up to 1 o'clock. And so we have those flyers over there. If you know of anyone who wants to make sure that the child car seats are attached correctly in the car, please feel free to take one of these. The other thing we have is the following week on a Friday, April 22nd, we're going to have from 9 to 1 over at the Sherman Oaks East Valley Adult Center, a car fit event for older drivers. This doesn't mean that they're going to be taking a test. It doesn't mean that they're going to be doing a driving evaluation. It's more of a making sure that their seats are comfortable, that they know exactly what to do, and if they have any questions now that as they're getting older, that they are answered. So it's going to be in a partnership with a trained car fit technician who's able to talk to them, begin a dialogue in that matter. The other thing I want to let everyone know is we do have to start filing for taxes. I don't know if everyone's already done that, but if you haven't, that's just a reminder. But I also have something, it's a little brochure called It's Your Money, Get It, Earned Income Tax Credit. And so if you make under $54,000 and you have a family with children, you have the opportunity to earn up to $6,000 earned tax credit back. And so all you would have to do is just call the number or visit the website over here. It's called CalEITC4Me.org. And I have these brochures in English and in Spanish over there by the table, so feel free to grab them, share them with your family and your friends in case they need that. The income tax, the tax is up on April 18th, so you have a couple more days to get this going and talking to your friends and families about that. Other than that, thank you so much, and I'll be in the back for a couple more minutes to see if anyone has any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you, Angie. Any questions for Angie, Council? All right, Rosemary Jenkins.
Yeah, you want to take this.
What happened?
Okay, she'll be next. I thought you wanted
My
to speak
goodness.
when DWP is going to be up.
Okay, very good.
Hi, I'm Rosemary Jenkins. I wanted to bring everybody up to date. As of yesterday, there have been 3 committees at City Hall that have unanimously passed the earned paid sick leave. And the way it's going to be worded is that there'll be 6 days paid sick leave per year, and 3 of those days can roll over to the next year, which means 9 days, and it'll be up to the employer whether that would be capped or not in the future. And I've been asking over a period of time, I know there have been different reasons, but I think it would be really nice if Van Nuys Neighborhood Council would go on record supporting this. The full city council, now that the 3 committees have passed this out of committee, it will go to the next full city council meeting in the next week or so. And so time is of the essence to go on record. And I had also asked that the letter, and a second letter go to the county supporting the same issue. Now, I heard what you just mentioned, and Mr. Thomas asked me to speak to this under public comment instead of old business, so that's why I'm doing that now. So I'm hoping that, as promised, it went to committee and that you're ready for a vote tonight, because after City Council meets and votes, it'll be a moot point. And I think, as I said, it would be nice for us to be on record as supporting this. Any questions? It will be for all city workers. This is for LA City, and that's why the unincorporated areas in LA County will be under LA County. But you have independent cities like Pasadena, Glendale, Burbank that are in the process, already have voted on their own versions of this. But, well, this will take effect, the earned paid sick leave will take effect July 1st of this year. And LA County's in the process of voting on the same thing. So, but it will apply to everybody in the city of Los Angeles, hopefully the county, but the other cities we're working on that, you know, Pasadena, Glendale, Long Beach. Some have already passed and some are in the process. Any? Well, the state recently passed, a few months ago, 3 days. And this will double that to 6 days, and the state does not have the rollover at this point. Well, it
All right.
Total.
30-second
Total.
warning.
Total of 6
Okay,
days.
okay. But this would be a 9-day, well, between the 6 days and the 3-day rollover. And it'll be up to the employer whether to cap that or not, or let it roll over to a subsequent year. Any other questions?
There will be an extra 3 days totaling 9 days.
Well, this year it'll start at the 6 days, and there's a formula. You will have had to work a certain number of hours to accrue that amount of time, but it will include all temporary, part-time, full-time workers in Los Angeles.
I think the council can support this.
Rosemary, we're at 2 minutes.
It's already been asked to go to committee umpteen times. This is, as promised, if you look at your own minutes from last month, it was promised it would go to committee and be ready for a vote. If you take it again, it'll be a moot point. Well, then somebody's falling down on it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
What did we want to do with the council? On the agenda before is old business, let's go to committee.
I would like to support it. But if it's-
I could have done it under old business, but
It's-
Mr.
it's an old
Thomas
business.
asked me to do it under public
It's been on the
comment.
agenda, it's old business, we can vote on it.
Should be old business.
It was on a previous agenda.
Thank
What?
you.
Could Ms. Quinn
this has
please
been
advise
going
on proper-
since last fall and winter. And it has been kicked down the
No?
months, so to speak, all these, and I was promised, the people were promised last month that this would be ready for a vote. And to say, well, let's send it to committee again, well, it'll be too late then.
No,
I'd
what's
like to
happened-
think this organization is more organized than that. It's very frustrating, and we'd like to think the Van Nuys Neighborhood Council and the city of Van Nuys is a very progressive area that's ready to take on such a stand and position.
Since it was the agenda, I think we can vote on it. I'll make a motion to,
No, we should write a letter.
it was already the agenda before. We didn't vote on it.
Earn sick leave.
Well, the wording, we can make the wording up.
While we figure this out, there's awesome food at the table over there.
Okay, so we'll put it back on the
Yes,
agenda?
I did.
What is there a motion?
Yeah.
Ms. Quinn?
I make a motion to put it back on the agenda.
I think
and to
it's
vote on it.
convenient.
My suggestion is, since it's not on the current agenda, I know it was agendized previously, but since it's not on the current agenda, to not move forward with it at this time, as unfortunate as that is. If it's, I completely understand that. That raises the question on whether or not there should be maybe a special meeting to address it. If it is in fact something that may not be available by your next meeting, but I would suggest not moving forward with the motion at this time.
It's still up to the executive committee.
You want to have a meeting with Ashley?
Yeah, well, no.
With yourself or with the plumber?
No.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's go to them and talk to them about coming and talking to them.
You can make the following, on the executive leadership.
So is there
No, sweetie, there is one thing, though. The bylaws state it has to be 72 hours, it has to be agendized so that the public can come and comment, too. So we're just trying to follow the rules so we don't get our hands smacked again.
But we can.
So I'll make a motion to put it back on the agenda
Anyway.
Yeah,
and vote on it at the next meeting.
Yeah,
That's all we can do,
over.
Ms. Jenkins. It has to be on the agenda
Give what you want to
today in order to vote on it today.
He showed
Seconded.
all kinds of different.
It doesn't have to go to committee.
Different stages of, potential development.
The president.
You might ask, no, no.
Okay, we'll have to put it on the agenda for next month, vote, and we can vote on it next month.
That's why they meet, and we communicate. So I'm all for that. So you and I will meet with Ackley. I'll go back and look at my emails and try to figure out what's going on with the Ridge Road.
We can send a letter of support without.
I would like to go on record.
Just include me if you
Yes.
want in an email, and I
Yes.
reached out to Boaz about the Kit Ridge project, and I can speak you on that.
And mine too.
He's basically saying that
Whenever it creeps up on the agenda,
for an update, which is good.
check me out.
And
Yes, we just did.
Kit,
Yeah.
and then,
Yes.
I'm helping.
No, it doesn't have to go on committee. We're just going to go vote on it.
Ms. Jenkins, I would also suggest you attend the executive committee and make sure that they put it on the agenda, because that's what they set the.
He's got power issues.
No, you don't. It's an open meeting.
Somebody invite her.
And then, yeah, exactly next week.
The first Monday.
No, we did. What time?
No.
You can't make it.
You have to turn the computer on.
I think they should get hold of
Let me
leaders.
know. I have my office over here now.
I think so.
That's
I
why I'm
think.
happy to meet.
All right, let's go. Let's
Thank you. Whenever
next go to the next one.
Doris Voppler.
Go out.
Doris.
Ridge,
Thank you for your time. Okay, I've lived in Los Angeles all my life, and I didn't know about this council, so I will make it brief. I don't know what you can discuss, but I have a lot of other issues, but I'm just going to first today pick DWP. I have a business over here, and in the alleyway there are power poles. They're not very good pictures, but anyway, the poles lean over, so I'm sure one day when we have a big earthquake, they'll come tumbling down. My husband has reported, this is even a better picture, leaning, I don't know if you can tell, leaning forward, leaning onto the street. Sometimes I walk through this alley to get to the business, and there's people smoking pot. The poles are cracked. There are cars who park there.
So have you made
I'm
progress? Have you made any progress with DWP?
The only thing
Right
I've
here.
done is you can't really talk to anybody there. I've sent an email, and thank you for your email. That was it. So if someone has any other
You've got a hand up behind you,
Less
miss.
than
1 minute warning.
it's in an alley. There's no
45 seconds.
It's an alley. You would enter it from Vesper, where there's a city parking lot. It's between Sylvan and Friar.
Okay.
Walking distance from here,
Where the parking lot is.
where the parking lot is, and you would enter that way.
What about you?
Could I also? Yeah.
Irwin.
Erwin Delano.
All right. 5 seconds.
I'm talking about the poles.
Right in front.
Okay, is there something I can leave these pictures with, or?
Gentleman in the back works for City Council.
Guillermo.
Staff contact on that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your
Okay.
time.
All right. That concludes our public comment for tonight. We are going to just dive
What's that
right
guy's
in
name?
to
What's that guy's name?
the secretary.
Raise his hand. Guillermo? Thanks.
No, it doesn't, no. Jerry.
You can use mine.
His microphone is not working.
Oh, it's
Oh, very fancy.
Take great notes.
Look at this. Who has to do work?
Motion to accept the March minutes. I make a motion to accept the March minutes. With that, I call for the vote. Madam Secretary, can you handle the vote? Por favor. I read them twice. They're fabulous.
Thank you. Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Benjamin?
Yes.
Thank you. I think I'm going to vote yes. She's not here. Mr. Ackerman?
Abstain. There's some weird language.
Yeah, it's here.
Mr. Anand? Oh, come
Do we have some quiet in here while we're voting?
on. Meaning, not necessarily. Watch. Mr. Camara?
Yes.
Mr. De La Cuesta?
Abstain.
Like I said, one sec. Mr. Friedman?
Yes, but can we request that maybe this gets circulated a little bit further in advance?
Yeah, I was going to do that when I first got here, and I'm sorry I didn't do that.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Hendry? Joseph? Thank you, dear. Mr. Lynn?
Abstain.
Told you. Mr. Martin? Mr. Marabi?
Yes.
Ms. Meyer? Thank you so very much. Kathleen's out. Mr. Robbins?
Yes.
And Ms. Skelton? Thank you. Oh, it does pass. Thank you so much.
Moving on to the treasurer's report. Howard, can you fill in for Stacy? Anything to report, or are we good?
We have had, in the last month, we've had several expenses